Let me start by saying that I never thought I'd be sharing something this intimate with strangers on the internet, but I'm completely lost and desperately need perspective from people who might understand what I'm going through. This happened just last month, and since then, my entire world has been turned upside down. Before I share this personal story, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support means everything to me, and honestly, sharing these vulnerable moments takes courage. I've been married to my husband for almost 5 years now. We dated for 3 years before that, so we're talking about 8 years together total. We don't have children yet, though we've always planned to start a family. I'm currently finishing up a specialization in my field, and we agreed that once I complete that, we'd try for kids. Everything seemed perfect on paper. Our intimate life had always been what I considered normal and satisfying. We were both happy, or at least I thought we were. My husband always made it clear that he enjoyed our private moments together, and we weren't afraid to experiment. We'd tried different things over the years, always looking to keep the spark alive and avoid falling into boring routines. I thought we had a healthy, open relationship when it came to physical intimacy. But then came our wedding anniversary last month, and everything changed in ways I never could have imagined. We decided to do something special for our anniversary. We went to this amazing restaurant, had a wonderful dinner, and everything felt magical. It had been so long since we'd gotten away from our daily routine, so we decided to splurge and book a room at one of those luxury hotels for the night. You know the kind I'm talking about, the ones with all the amenities and special features that regular hotels don't have. We paid for the whole night, ready to enjoy every moment of this special occasion. The room was beautiful, and the place had so many interesting features that we'd never experienced before. We were both excited and ready to make this a night to remember. Everything started perfectly. We were both relaxed, happy, and reconnecting after what felt like months of just going through the motions of daily life. The atmosphere was perfect, the mood was right, and we began our intimate time together just like we had so many times before. But then, right in the middle of everything, he stopped. He looked at me with this expression I'd never seen before, nervous, almost embarrassed. He said he had something to ask me, something he'd been thinking about but had been too shy to bring up. He said he wanted to try something new, something he'd heard other people talk about, and he was curious about it. My heart started racing because I immediately sensed this wasn't going to be just another simple request. There was something in his voice, something in the way he was looking at me, that made me feel like whatever he was about to ask was going to change things between us. He took a deep breath and told me he wanted to try what he called the Greek kiss. For those of you who might not know what that means, it's essentially performing oral stimulation on someone's backdoor area. It's something that happens between both men and women, and apparently, he'd been hearing friends talk about it. The moment those words left his mouth, I felt like someone had thrown cold water on me. My entire body tensed up, and I know my face must have shown exactly what I was thinking, because his expression immediately changed too. He explained that he'd been curious about this for a while. He said some of his friends had mentioned it, saying they'd had prejudices about it at first, but ended up enjoying the experience once they tried it. He wanted to see what it was like, wanted to explore this new territory with me. But here's where my mind went, and I'm not proud of this, but I need to be completely honest with you. The moment a man asks for this kind of stimulation, my brain immediately jumps to one conclusion. I know I might be close-minded, I know I might be prejudiced, and I know I might be completely wrong, but that's exactly what went through my head in that moment. I couldn't hide my reaction. The discomfort was written all over my face, and the mood in that beautiful hotel room died instantly. He could see that I was shocked, that I was uncomfortable, that I had completely shut down emotionally and physically. He immediately tried to backtrack. He said to forget about it, that it didn't matter, that we should just continue with what we were doing. But the damage was done. The atmosphere was completely ruined, and we both knew it. We spent the rest of that expensive night in awkward silence. We'd already paid for the whole evening, so we stayed, but the magic was gone. We barely spoke, and when we finally went home the next day, it felt like we were carrying this huge elephant with us. Since that night, things between us have been incredibly strange. We've been intimate again, yes, but there's this invisible wall between us now. We haven't talked about what happened. We haven't addressed the elephant in the room. And honestly, I don't even know how to bring it up because every time I think about it, I feel embarrassed and confused. Here's what's been eating me alive. I can't stop thinking that when a man wants this kind of stimulation, it means something about his sexuality that I'm not ready to accept. I know this might make me sound incredibly narrow-minded, But I can't get it out of my head that maybe my husband isn't who I thought he was. I keep wondering if there are actually straight men who enjoy this kind of stimulation, or if my instincts are right and this means something deeper about his sexual orientation. I've been going crazy trying to figure this out, and it's affecting our entire relationship. The tension between us is palpable. We're walking on eggshells around each other. I want to bring up the conversation, but I'm terrified of offending him or making things worse. At the same time, I'm scared of what his answer might be. What if I ask him about it and discover something about my husband that changes everything I thought I knew about our marriage? I've been losing sleep over this. I find myself studying his behavior, looking for signs that might confirm my suspicions. I analyze the way he talks, the way he acts, even the way he looks at other people when we're out together. I hate that I'm doing this, but I can't seem to stop myself. The worst part is that I don't know if I'm being completely unreasonable. Am I just a product of outdated thinking? Am I letting society's stereotypes cloud my judgment about what's normal in a healthy relationship? Or are my instincts telling me something important that I need to pay attention to? I've thought about talking to friends about this, but how do you bring up something so intimate and personal? I can't exactly call up a girlfriend and say, "Hey, my husband wants me to play with his back door with my tongue, and I think it means he's gay." It sounds ridiculous even thinking about it, but that's honestly where my mind keeps going. The silence between us is becoming unbearable. We're both pretending like nothing happened, but we both know that something fundamental shifted that night in the hotel room. We're going through the motions of our daily lives, but there's this underlying tension that colors every interaction we have. I find myself wondering about our future. If we can't even talk about this one request, how are we going to handle the bigger challenges that come with marriage? What happens when we do decide to have children? Will this unresolved issue continue to create distance between us? Sometimes I catch him looking at me with this expression that I can't quite read. I wonder if he's thinking about that night too, if he's regretting bringing it up, or if he's frustrated with my reaction. I wonder if he thinks I'm prudish or closed-minded. I wonder if he's questioning whether I'm the right partner for him if I can't accept this part of what he wants to explore. The guilt is overwhelming. I know I hurt him that night with my reaction. I know I made him feel rejected and probably ashamed for even asking. But I also can't shake this feeling that there's something bigger going on here, something that goes beyond just trying new things in the bedroom. I've done some research online, trying to understand if this is normal, if straight men commonly have these desires. The information I've found is conflicting and hasn't really helped put my mind at ease. Some sources say it's completely normal and has nothing to do with sexual orientation, while others seem to confirm my suspicions. What makes this even more complicated is that I love my husband. Despite all the confusion and doubt I'm feeling right now, I genuinely love him and want our marriage to work. But I don't know how to move forward when I'm carrying all this uncertainty and these questions that I'm too afraid to ask. I keep thinking about that moment in the hotel room, replaying it over and over in my mind. I wonder what would have happened if I had reacted differently. Would we have tried it? Would it have brought us closer together or confirmed my worst fears? I'll never know now because my reaction shut down that possibility completely. The most frustrating part is not knowing where we go from here. Do I bring it up and risk opening a can of worms that might destroy our marriage? Do I continue pretending like nothing happened and hope that eventually we'll both forget about it? Neither option feels right, but I don't see any other choices. I've been carrying this burden alone for weeks now, and it's exhausting. I needed to share this story because I'm desperate for perspective from people who might have been in similar situations or who might have insights that I'm missing. This experience has made me question everything I thought I knew about my marriage, about my husband, and about myself. It's forced me to confront my own prejudices and assumptions, and I'm not sure I like what I've discovered about my own narrow-mindedness. But here's the thing that really scares me. What if I'm right? What if this request was actually my husband's way of testing the waters for something bigger? What if our entire marriage has been built on a foundation that isn't as solid as I thought it was? These are the questions that keep me awake at night, and I honestly don't know how to find the answers without potentially destroying everything we've built together. So that's my story. That's what's been weighing on my heart and mind for the past month. I know it might sound trivial to some people, but for me, it feels like everything is hanging in the balance because of one moment, one request, one reaction that changed the entire dynamic of our relationship. I want to thank the follower from another platform who shared this deeply personal story with me. It takes incredible courage to open up about something so intimate and vulnerable. If you're going through something similar, Please know that you're not alone in feeling confused and conflicted about these situations. Please hit that subscribe button if this story resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, and share it with someone who might benefit from hearing that they're not alone in facing difficult questions about their relationships. Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from people who have been in similar situations or who have insights that might help others who are struggling with these kinds of relationship challenges. Remember, every marriage faces difficult moments, and sometimes the most challenging conversations are the ones that ultimately make us stronger, if we can find the courage to have them.